Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. This reading is called You're Dead to Me. So why can't I let go? What am I still holding on to? You could have broken up a month ago, a week ago, a year ago, or even years ago, but you still have somehow some unfinished business with a person who you no longer want in your life, but you can't forget about some of the events or things that happen. I feel like this is more of a reading for people who had like an information blackout. Things kind of ended abruptly, you didn't have details, or there were things left unsaid. So let's go ahead and leave it there. If you guys enjoy the reading, hit the thumbs up button, and thanks for joining. Take care. Bye-bye. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You can be the Sagittarius where someone is dead to you, but you can't let go. You can't forget about them. They're still in your mind. You want to let go. You do not want to get back with this person. You may not even want this person in your life. I've been doing these around love, but it can also be someone who is in your family or a former friend. Doesn't matter. You want to let go. You want to forget, but you can't. Could be issues around forgiveness. We're not sure, but we're going to try to see what you may have been missing or the missing piece that might help you start to get past this energy because it's not productive and helpful. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You can be the Sagittarius or dealing with the person who was a Sagittarius, or you could be both Sagittarius. We're going to go ahead and pull. I've already shuffled. This is the karmic energy between the two of you. We have family. So again, I felt like I haven't said that for any of the other readings, that it could be someone in the family or partnership. There, it has all been based more around relationships. But the karmic energy between you two was something binding, committed, loyal. This bond broke around issues of loyalty. Someone not being loyal, someone being falsely loyal, someone pretending to be a friend, and that could even be a partner, a husband, a wife, doesn't matter, boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't care. But it's like you didn't doubt them, but you could have. So it's odd that this is coming across with this particular card, because it's a lovely energy around that, but I feel like it was a false front. Someone's putting on, I don't know if they intentionally were this way, but you have the impression everything's okay, and then it's not. And why do I say that? Because, you know, they're bathing a little child there. You don't see that little child really, but they're bathing their baby in the water, and the water is unpredictable. If it floods, and also you know how your child can be sick if you have children, and then your child can be fine, and then suddenly your child can be very sick. And if you're not dedicated and loyal to raise a little child, then the child will suffer. So it's something like that in the background of this. When the time gets tough, the tough get going. Something like that for Sagittarius and the karmic energy between the two of you. I've already shuffled the cards, so I'm just going to pull, guys. So what happened between you? What was the past feeling and attitude there? We have the Queen of Wands, so at least we know we're talking about, in a way, about this fiery energy, fire element, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is one person who's doing it all. This is one person who's very loyal. This is a person who means what they say what they mean. They're on time, they're on point. They're driving a lot, they're doing a lot, you know. They're trying to fix things, they're trying to do it all in a way. Very committed, very loyal. Someone, what they say you can take to the bank. So this is in your energy. Look at that. Now, on the other person's side, we have the major arcana, the Tower. So This is, again, this is sudden. This is like this is something that's coming out really in that reading, like it's something that had happened suddenly, like what we were trying to say in this first card, like unexpected. You have a flood, like that river can run here. A river can run, but that river can also flood and cause a disaster, you know. And when you're in those situations, you have to know who you can count on. You have to have people to count on. So this is somebody who couldn't count on the person they were with. They couldn't count on the people who were in their life giving a front. Like they have the same level with this wand, Queen of Wand. They have the same level of commitment, that they have the same level of dedication to that relationship or to that bond, when in fact, they didn't, you know. Yeah. And you could have start to see that if things did get very tough, that this person just wasn't there for you. When things were great, they were there. But when things got tough, they weren't there, you know. And it could have been, again, very sudden. So what were the final actions that kind of caused that break? We have the 10 of Pentacles. It was a challenge to your status, a challenge to your livelihood, a challenge to your lifestyle, a challenge to your money. Especially with the Tower here, something was really challenging your family unit or challenging the relationship. It could have been focused around job, a loss of money, loss of some kind of status. It could have also been the birth of the child and the stress. Like when you have to take care of a child, you have to get up in the middle of the night and all this, and one person doing it all, the other person not doing very much. Could have been something like burnout. But you know, normally things could have been really, really good if everybody was sincere. We're talking about sincerity. And on their side, we have the Queen of Pentacles. See, this is somebody who is trying to, so it's like a job was lost or something was lost, and then one person has to pick up the slack and support the whole relationship or the family because you had a loss of income, and the person's like, no, I'm taking my money. My money's for me. You're on your own. That could also be a friend or a family member. I feel like this is more for the Sagittarius, was left with very little support, very little resources. The people who should have been there weren't really there. And the Sagittarius is like, you know, when I had it all, I was there. I helped everybody, especially with the 10 of Pentacles. I gave everything. Anybody needed something, it was there. Now, I need help, nobody's there. Or it's something like this. And what is that? Like you when things are really bad, they get really bad. Like all the worst things happen at the worst time. Trouble comes in threes. It's like one thing after the other after the other. So even at people who could have helped you, or your partner who could have been there as a backbone, was only with this Queen of Pentacles. They were only thinking of themselves. You know, they're trying to grab what they can get. If this is tumbling or falling away, they're trying to grab what they can get for themselves. We've got to look at these cards in all ways, because this is about someone who's dead to you, but you can't let go. You can't get past it. You can't move past it. There's something there that's still hanging. So what's still there, what you may not know in all of this, Sagittarius, or for the Sagittarius, we have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups. This was a test. So you know, one way or another, with this major arcana Tower, it was bad. It's bad. But some part of you still had hope with the Queen of Wands here. Some part of you knew, okay, I got to do it on my own. because nobody's here for me. Nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to rescue me. Nobody's going to catch me when I fall with this major arcana in the tower. I can see that now. And I'm going to do this. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. Okay? It's like you're not going to beg anybody for anything here. You're going to do it on your own, because you know with this 10 of Cups, you're gonna get past this. You're gonna make it past this, even if it's hard, even if you have to do it alone. You know you're gonna make it. So it's like you have to, so what you didn't know is that you were gonna make it, because this is what you may not have known. Even if it was bad, you were gonna make it out of this. So it was like a test, not for you, but for the people around you. You know who you can count on now. You know what you can count on now, even if it hurts you. That the people that shouldn't have been there for you, you were gonna make it. So guys, I just lost that now. It was like you were gonna make it. I thought that's all I keep getting. I lost it. I had something and then they didn't know it. They really thought you were finished. So even it's also on the other side. You may not have known that you would make it, and they didn't know. But the point is, with the 10 of Cups, you were going to make it. What they have the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is really interesting, because I'm a Sagittarius, so I always find these readings interesting. This is something like, again, this is a cycle of, the ups and downs. Things get bad. Who's there for you? Who's not there for you? And then people run away and just basically leave you high and dry. And this could be really was a bad situation that you really needed help. And the people who thought that they would leave you behind really thought you would be finished. But they also going to get their turn with this major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. Everybody gets a turn. You had your turn, and you are always going to get this. But the test was that you see who you can count on, because you needed to know who you could count on, who you could rely on, and who should be in your life, who shouldn't be in your life. And that maybe was the point that we were trying to get to before. So just give me a minute. Now we're going to go to subconsciously what you still may be holding on to that's causing you some hesitation to forgive and forget, or you still feel like this person is in your life. You could still be having dreams about them. It could be different people as well. We have the 8 of Cups. Again, this is you getting on with life, pulling it together. This is something like you guys gotta give me a minute because I have too much. And we have major arcana, the Hangman. See, this is because it's like you don't do that to people, and I feel like this wasn't fair. Not to say things are just and fair. I also don't like that, but I really feel like there was no reason for you to be in the situation that you were in, and you have backtracked a lot and thought about what you could do differently or what could have been done differently. You really try to understand what went wrong and why. You were really left in a situation where people who you thought were there for you, or that you discover you couldn't count on, and you spend a lot of time on that. But with this 8 of Cups now, it's like you just say, okay, I just go, I forget it. I spent a lot of time with major arcana Hangman thinking over this, trying to figure it out. And it's also something here that they're wondering why you or this person is wondering what you're doing, why you don't come back to them and beg them for help, or why you just maybe didn't react how they thought you should react. Oh, hey, yeah, you got a little bit of this or that. Can you please help me? It's like you never did that, and now the person is with the major arcana hangman. Like they're wondering, like, yeah, they're worried about how you get on or how you're getting on or what's going to happen in your life now, especially if you start to pick yourself back up and recover from that. So we have the Queen of Swords here now for the last kind of final part of this outcome. This is you being much more cautious who you give your time, attention, and resources to. This is part of the lesson. If you're so generous with this Queen of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, sharing everything, now it's like you see that you have to, it's not that you have to change and become like a bitter, but it's like now you have to plan a bit more and not give everything away. This is also part of your lesson, Sagittarius, or if you're dealing with the Sagittarius, it's like somehow you have to be much more deliberate about who you help. So people coming to ask you now for help, that you start to pick things up. Like, why? Who are you going to help and why? That's the point. Did you learn that lesson that God bless the child who has his own? You have to take care of yourself, your future now, especially if you have kids. And you have to learn that lesson that you can't just give everything and give everything away, because perhaps it could be a situation where you give away too much. And then in the end, things that you could have fallen back on, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, that's the energy, even the cups, psychological energy that you give away helping. And then when you need your resources, your little store of resources, it's all depleted. So it's with this Queen of Swords here, is something like that here. I want to pull one more for subconscious energy and a final message. We have Major Arcana, Judgment, and that's what I was feeling. This is all played out now. This is all played out, and everybody took and chose their sides and their position, and you know who's on your side now. You know who you can count on now, and this is how you proceed forward. It's your choice about when all these things start to come back to you again, because the test is over. If you're going to share or not share, but please don't just give everything away that's coming to you now, Sagittarius. You have to really think, especially also with this Major Arcana, the Hangman, about what you're doing, because you don't ever want to be in that situation again, that you are left high and dry, whether that's in a love situation, life situation, living situation, and you have nothing to count on. People who are coming at you have to come at you in a way that you know is real and correct. Otherwise, please, you have to think about what you're doing. I'm going to pull one more final advice for Sagittarius. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is also something about learning the lesson, because again, with these Eight of Pentacles, that person making those pentacles doesn't know how long he's going to have to make them, or she's going to have to make them. It's like a type of repetition in there. People who repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Yes, no, it's your choice. You know, so it could be that you're so forgiving, so forgiving, so forgiving. Also with the Major Arcana Judgment here, you know, technically you're supposed to forgive and forget. I understand that, and maybe that's the subconscious point that's still driving at you, or something still poking you, is that, yeah, forgive and forget in a way, but never forget what you've been through and plan your life accordingly. And that's what we have in this Eight of Pentacles here. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for Sagittarius. I hope you did enjoy that reading. You guys take care. Bye-bye.